Welcome to the Astro Forecast for the week of April 15th through to the 21st. This is a big week in the astrology. This is one of the biggest weeks next to the eclipse week that we just had. This is a lot we're going through. So it's buckle up, y'all. Buckle up because we're going to need you all in for this week. So we start off the week in a first quarter phase, moon in Cancer. This is giving us a snapshot of what the week is going to be. Remember, so this is very sensitive, emotional, intuitive week. Okay, so lots of emotions coming up this week. And we actually only have a couple of astrology aspects happening, and they're all happening at the end of the week. So we start off the week with that first quarter phase sensitive moon on Monday, April 15th, almost a January. That's weird, right? And then Tuesday, April 17th, we have a couple of aspects to the moon. They're very fast, but they're still there that are going to make us want to do more than we may have capacity for. So it can be a little bit like we'll bite off more than we can chew. So just giving you a little nudge to be very mindful of your resources this week in terms of your time, energy, money, right? Where you're committing those to, because that's going to be the theme for this week. Are you spending your resources wisely? Because there's a bunch of stuff happening on Friday. Friday is a big week, a big day in the week. It's a big day in the astrology, is what I should say. So Friday, April 19th, we have the sun moving into Taurus. Happy birthday, Tauruses. The energy is going to shift. Now, this has been a year that has been unlike any other year, right? And I guess you could say that every year, but this year is not the typical year, right? We start off the year with a Mercury retrograde. So typically we start off the year and we're like, let's go. And, New Year's resolutions. But this year they're like, no. Do you really want to resolve that? Do you really want to feel like, do you really, it's like, it was not the get up and go energy that we wanted. And then even the rest of the year, it just didn't kick in. And then Aries, I was excited for Aries new year to start in March, and then Mercury retrograde, just like took all the Aries energy out of that. And we're in that right now, right? Where that Mercury retrograde energy is like, what are you really passionate about? I know you want to get going, but it's not time yet. And now the sun is moving into Taurus. Taurus energy slows down. You're like, even more? I'm like, yeah, even more. Because it's fixed earth energy, right? So this is about grounding in, investing in things that are going to last the test of time. So if Aries energy is the spark of life, Taurus energy is now grounding that and making it grow roots into the ground. How is this going to last? Right? Where we're spreading ourselves into a place where it's going to create stability, right? Foundations of houses. I think of Taurus that way. Right. And Taurus rules resources. It rules the earth, Mother Nature, sensuality, things that we really love, food, nourishment, sleep. Right. I mean, sleepy time. The bed is Taurus, but the sleeping itself is considered subconscious. So that's more Pisces, but 12th house as well. So when we think about that Taurus energy, it is grounding stability. So it's slowing down the energy for us to now to create a methodical, logical plan of how we want to move forward. What did you learn from Mercury retrograde? We are still in it, my friends. So you haven't learned it all just yet, right? We're going to be in it till the 25th of April. That's ending next week. But even as it ends, it's still post shadow until May. So it's not a time to move forward still. It's still a time of contemplation, getting things done behind the scenes. If you're getting a course ready, hint, hint, then we're putting in the web page. We're kind of, is this the course that I want to do? Why do I want to do it? How do I want to support people? What does this look like in my life? Does it take the energy? How much do I want to charge? That's all lovely retrograde energy information. So that's a great way to use it. So sun entering Taurus on the 19th, we've got stability and grounding. And it's a time to shift our focus to practicality, stability, maybe even some sensual pleasures. This transit encourages a slower pace, even slower than retrograde. Yes. And a deeper connection with the natural world. Embrace simplicity, indulge in comfort, and prioritize stability in all areas. So this is a great time to really look at your security in abundance, right? Where do you feel the most secure with putting your resources? And resources means money, time, energy awareness, right? If you're scrolling, and then you got a whole bunch of books on your side table, why are you putting your energy there? What are you avoiding? It's a great time with Mercury retrograde to clear the clutter so that you can really bring in deep grounding energy when Mercury retrograde is over. So this is, again, a great time for focusing on your material needs and cultivating a stable foundation. Also, enjoy the simple pleasures in life, right? You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money. What can you really enjoy in life now? Also on this day, Mercury retrograde is conjunct Venus. So Mercury is our mind, our thought processing, the way we connect with people around us, our coordination. And Venus is what we love and value: money, beauty, aesthetics, right? Relationships. So when we have Mercury and Venus come together and Mercury is retrograde, it's what are your values? Are you spending your money, time, energy, resources in alignment with your values? Are your relationships in alignment with values? Do you have reciprocal relationships? Or are you spending time on people that don't really give a crap about you or aren't really supporting you? Or every time they call, their phone number lights your phone up and you're like, I don't want to, no, I'm busy. I'm not answering that call, right? Why we have those people in our lives? Because they're family. I don't know, maybe, could be, right? It's a soul contract, hint, hint, at the course that's coming up. And so what can you do now to help with this, right? So as Mercury retrograde and Venus come together in Aries, a fire sign, right? Reigniting and reevaluating matters of the heart. So this could be a time when exes come calling. Not a time to say yes to that. Not a time to answer that call. Not a time to go back to that, because nothing has changed. Nothing has changed, right? We're not going back to that. There's not a time, but it's a great time to look at those matters of the heart and understand, what did you take away from that? What did you make it mean about you? Right? You can even look back at matters in your heart, of the heart in your life, or matters around money in your life, and understand, what did those things make it mean for you, right? Debt is investments in yourself. You borrowed money to invest in something that was a great opportunity or gave you something in the moment. And maybe it gave you something in the moment that tried to help you heal, right? But it's not actually healing. It's called low level coping. And instead of that low level coping, what can you do now to truly heal the wound? Right. I was listening to a podcast and they said, if you're not living your purpose and you're in a job that sucks the life out of you, you will spend your money in another way to help heal your heart. You're trying to throw money into that heart. And it's not going to help. It's only momentary, right? If you feel bad about your body and you go online shopping, it might be exciting for it to come, but when it comes and you try it on, you're like, well, and then, or yay, and then it goes into the closet and then you're on to the next hit, right? It's not actually helping you. So what can you actually help heal in you so that your money, your relationships, your values all are in alignment? That is what this is asking of you, right? It's a big day Friday. It's really asking a lot of us, right? So this conjunction invites us to reflect on past relationships, on financial matters, on creative projects that we have not completed, and reconnect with old passions and reassess our values and desires. So rekindle the flame that you have for what you love to do, not going back to old flames. This is not that. Right. Reflect on your values and prioritize what is really worth it to you, and use your money wisely. Are you a spender or are you a saver? And interesting, if you say that you're a spender, why? What is that really serving your goals? Or could saving for the things that you love really help you? Something to think about. Also on this day, Mars is sextile Uranus. Mars is our motivation, our desire. But it's in Pisces, man. Like, he doesn't love doing anything in Pisces. It's a time when he's just kind of hanging out a little bit and feeling what he's feeling. He's feeling his feelings, and he's actually helping you to uncover your true nature. So your subconscious, what you need to heal, This is about one love, empathy, kindness. It's not really get up and go energy, right? And Uranus is in Taurus, which is about money, beauty, aesthetics again, but it's about values, not beauty, sorry, values is Taurus. It's also about money, finances, resources. How are you using your resources? So Mars sextile, which is 60-degree angle, is a harmonious aspect with these two. So this is good in that every aspect is good and every aspect is challenging. It really depends on how you're using it in your life, right? So this is infusing us with innovative energy. So this is great for outside the box thinking, a desire for freedom and change. And this alignment empowers us to break free from stagnation and pursue goals with unconventional methods and boldness. This is outside the box thinking. This is ingenuity, right? We can find ways to get what we want in a way that isn't conventional. How can you do that? And I'm not telling you to rob a bank. We're not doing that. We're not trying to take things from other people. This is about really being ingenious with how you can use your gifts and talents, right? So, with boldness as well, embrace the opportunity to be spontaneous and take calculated risks in pursuit of your ambitions. Calculated risks, right? I don't want to there can be an aspect of rebelliousness with this because Uranus is like, screw it all, let's just go and do something fun. But remember that Mercury and Venus conjunct is asking you to use your resources wisely, because if you don't, you will have a very big tax bill or bill at the end, visa bill, whatever, bill at the end of it. On Saturday, April 20th, we have the biggest aspect of the year, and it's called a great conjunction. And it's Jupiter in Taurus coming to sit with Uranus in Taurus. So Jupiter takes 12 years to go around the zodiac, and Uranus takes 84 to 86 years to go around the zodiac. So they will meet up every 12 years in a sign. Now, because Taurus are Jupiter goes around every 12 years, the next time they will not be in Taurus again when they conjunct, right? So this is starting a cycle. Whenever we have two planets kind of meeting up, they will start a cycle with each other. So then the cycle will go to a 90-degree angle, then an opposition, and then a closing square, which is a 90-degree angle, and then back to conjunction. So this is starting a big 12-year cycle. And it's called a great conjunction in astrology. And when these two planets come together, Jupiter is about expansion, optimism, and good luck. And Uranus is about change, eccentricity, individuality. It's shaking up the collective for something better to come in. Uranus also rules earthquakes, what they call natural disasters. So the earth, right? So it's shaken up the earth in Taurus. So we can see more seismic action happening at this time. We see volcanoes are erupting in Iceland. We've had an earthquake on the eastern seaboard in New York in the US. And then we've also had some big earthquakes happening in Taiwan as well. And in that Ring of Fire has been very active as well in Asia. So we're going to see more seismic action. And this can also be, again, natural disasters, so like tornadoes and things like that. But since it's in an earth sign, it's the shaking of the earth is more likely what's going to happen, and volcanoes as well. So noticing that in the news as it comes up this week. Now, Jupiter is also, Taurus is about banking. And with Jupiter and Taurus and banking, there can be one of two things will happen with the stock market. It will go bazonkers and everybody will make a ton of money, or it'll crash and it'll shake out things that aren't working in the system. So they could be a big hack. Somebody could make a lot of money, or they could make something happen and expose something. So it kind of can be a period of volatility, but Jupiter coming back, like Jupiter's expansion, optimism, good luck. So it could be really, really good things, right? So because Mercury is retrograde right now, I would not recommend, especially Mercury conjunct Venus, not a time to move your investments around and try to take advantage of whatever. I mean, you could try, but I would say as an astrologer, it's not a good time to try to make something happen with your money right now. It's trying to like ride out the wave, do your research, see what happens. Of course, you have free will to do what you feel is right. So this is marking a rare revolutionary conjunction that amplifies innovation and liberation. This dynamic aspect heralds unexpected breakthroughs, sudden opportunities, and seismic shifts in consciousness. Embrace change, take calculated risks, and trust in the universe's ability to guide you towards greater freedom and expansion. So, really be careful of recklessness and impulsivity under this sign. We want to take it to the max sometimes with Jupiter and Uranus get together. So, this can be really impulsive action. And now's not a time to be impulsive with Mercury retrograde. It's a time to be really discerning and calculated. Okay, discerning and calculated, your friends this week. All right, and then Sunday, April 21st. Ooh, we have a big one that's going to be in effect all this week and all next week as well. And it's the Sun conjunct Pluto. No, sorry, Sun square Pluto. So the sun is our vitality, our energy, the way that we shine our light, right, into the world. And it's in Taurus, right? The sun just moved into Taurus at the beginning of this week, or sorry, on Friday. And so as that energy of Taurus, which is grounding, earth, sensuality, it's actually quite sensitive. Taurus are quite sensitive. They might not show it because of that earth exterior, but they're quite sensitive. And Pluto is at the beginning stages of Aquarius. So this is about humanity and resources coming together. Where are we not distributing our resources to help humanity? Where are we not meeting the needs of our most needy people in society? Where are we not standing up for atrocities that are being committed around the world? So we're going to see at this juncture, I think this week or next week, really, I think a real call to change what's happening in Gaza. And I think there's other things happening around the world as well, in Sudan and Congo. There's just a lot of hotspots in the world where atrocities are happening. And I think the one that is in Ukraine and Russia, right? Just invade a sovereign country because why you want the land, right? That feels kind of scary. And so there's going to be more of this in the news. I think there's going to be a real call to action to stop what's happening. Like what's happening in Gaza is actually man-made, right? This is not just, well, I guess you could say the same thing with Ukraine and Russia. I mean, that was Russia's choice to go in and do that. This was a series of events that got so blown out of proportion and nobody got what they wanted. Like, I think this is what, like when dudes are in action, like I feel like as a mother, I'd be like, okay, let's talk, let's get the hostages, let's try to like save as many people as possible, and let's see what's happening underneath all of this that we can solve. Where can we find a win-win situation, right? I mean, let's negotiate, but there's no negotiating. They just went in and started bombing and killing everybody. And it wasn't about the hostages. It never was, right? It was about taking back land and decimating a people, right? Killing innocent people that had nothing to do with what happened. So I feel like there was going to be a call to arms, not call to arms. I call to, the word I'm looking to is humanity, to see what is happening. And I know there's more things happening in The Hague right now with Nicaragua pulling Germany in for supplying arms to Israel. And so there's going to be, being complicit in genocide going to come up there as well. So it's going to be really interesting. We're seeing more and more countries going the legal route to try to stop this. And they're doing a really good job of it, right? I mean, it's like, what is it going to take for common sense to prevail? Like, I don't understand why this is continuing. So this is a very fixed energy. These are two fixed signs locked in battle, right, with this Sun square to Pluto. So this challenging square is triggering power struggles, control issues, and inner turmoil. This aspect brings intense energy that can lead to confrontations and revelations about hidden truths. Stay vigilant and empower yourself through honesty and integrity. So there's going to be secrets that are going to come to light. There's going to be power struggles. So during this week, I'm going to say this whole week and next week, do not, if you're in traffic and someone is annoying you, turn on the music and just allow yourself to breathe and know that this is fleeting, right? There's going to be power struggles with people being really annoyed, frustrations, boiling anger, boiling over in ways that you're like, I don't understand why you're so angry. It's a really great week to stay grounded, to stay self regulated, to be introspective about what is triggering you and why, and really be discerning in the way that you're using your resources. Those four things are going to really help you out this week. And remember, this is all shaking out the old so that we can bring in the new, right? We're trying to break down old paradigm, break down old structures so that we can bring in new things, right? This is needed. So it's like a bit of a cleansing that's coming up. And as the micro, so is the macro, right? So what is within you that feels divisive, or what is within you that needs to change or shift, that is going to then usher in more abundance in your life? What does that look like for you? And where are you not aligned with your values and your spending of your resources? And can we bring that back into congruence? So wishing you lightness, groundedness, kindness, compassion this week for yourself and those around you. Have a great week.